Stop. We going live, dude. Trying to get
Hmm.
nasty.
What's going on, working class hustlers of America and all across the globe? My name is Horace, also known as La Machine. This is What to Sell on Amazon, the channel where we talk about all things selling on Amazon using the arbitrage business model. And as you guys know by now, it's not just me anymore. That's right, we have the working class hustler panel. So let's take a look around as they all wave to the working class hustlers across the globe. We
There's
got the
Karen.
dynamic duo, Nate and Elizabeth. We got Brian, Mr. Peebles. We got a long time working class hustler by the name of Eric. So good to have him. He hasn't been around lately, so we finally were able to nab him. This guy's full of knowledge, and he's always helpful. We got the lovely Miss Sarah Mack, and finally, we have the star of the show. If you guys did not catch Friday's video, just this past Friday, there was a star on there that was teaching you how to get the most out of your Q4. Here she is, the lovely Miss Karen Wave. Thank you so much. That was wonderful. Did everybody, and this is to the panel, did everybody get to see Karen's work?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes,
Mhm.
awesome.
Yes.
And
I
it's
learned stuff like, I was like, oh, I didn't think of that.
and you know what? This was her idea, the subject matter, and it could not have been any more perfect of the timing because we are in Q4. So that's what we're going to be talking about, guys. We're going to go one hard hour. Now, pay attention. Pay attention. We are celebrating passing 4,000 subscribers. We did it last night. Me and my wonderful producer, you always hear me refer to him as Jim, also known as the Big Wheel. And we kind of celebrated that a little bit together. We've worked so hard. If it weren't for him, it would have never happened. But if it weren't for the working class hustler panelists, if it weren't for the working class hustlers of America and all across the globe, this would not have happened. And we're celebrating by having a drawing. So pay attention. You don't get to leisurely just sort of be here. If you want a chance at that drawing, you need to pay attention because there's going to be a question that you need to answer. You'll drop that in the comments, and then we'll see if we have you as a winner. Just something fun for all of us to enjoy. So you'll be able to select a gift card of your choice. On that note, everybody who has not left a comment letting us know who you are and where you're from, we don't know you're here till you say something. So let's sort of see who's been telling us something. Okay, Brian, the lovely Miss Sheila Gay from Tennessee is here, long time working class hustler. That's our producer Jim. Go Pappy Go. We got Russ from New Hampshire. Lovely, lovely state. Happy 2020. Always here with us. Good evening. Jose Sanchez from Columbus. Thank you. Judy D. We got Russell. Hey, what's going on, man? We got Nicole Starkweather. That might be a new name. Hello from Southern California. We got Richard Fox from Florida. We got Remo Miniello Jr. Let's see. Thanks, Sheila. She's congratulating us. Troy Berry from Virginia. And Jay Guerreri, if I got that right, sorry about that. Jean from New Jersey. All right. So if you didn't already leave a comment, be sure to do that. To the panelists, I always kind of start out by talking about my sales. Actually, my sales have picked up just a bit. How about the panelists? Let's go around starting with Nate and Elizabeth. How your sales been?
They suck. The last couple of days we've gotten some, but Q4 is at a rough start. It's getting better though. But yeah,
It's
it's
getting better,
definitely
but
not.
I can tell you
Yeah.
guys, normally I hover
Mhm.
around 10,000 a month in gross revenue. I'm around 7,500. And I don't know what it is, but you just got to keep going. We're in Q4.
Mhm.
It'll pick up. How about you, Mr. Peebles?
You know what? Once my stuff got checked in, it's been pretty darn good. I must say that it's been pretty good.
I'm glad to hear it. Hustlers, listen, this is what's going to happen. You cannot compare yourself. You just got to keep going. And, you know, different people, we haven't broken down what we sell, but I can tell you, I mostly snack food is where I'm at. So I don't know. Maybe Americans are getting healthier. How about you, Eric? I definitely want to know how your sales have been.
Yeah, I've actually been doing really well. I've switched over. Where I used to do a lot of the beauty products. I'm pretty much 90 to 100% grocery now,
Ah,
and amazing sale. I just walk into Walmart. I spend 2 hours going up and down the aisles. I did it today, and then I went over to Big Lots, up and down the aisles, and I'm going to hit Ollie's tomorrow. One
do
thing,
you
what's that?
do you happen to have a Trader Joe's near you?
Yes, I've never been into the Trader Joe's though.
I watched a video on a guy doing six figures, and that's the only store he sources is
Really?
Trader Joe's. I don't have one near me. It would be at least an hour and a half one way, and I was still considering making that trip. Uh,
It's right next door to Ollie's when I go there tomorrow.
is that right?
Yeah.
Wow. How about you, Sarah Mack? How your sales been?
Much better. They are up 40%, which is a relief because I tanked during the summer. So definitely doing much better this fall. But I'm mostly clothing and toys. So
Okay. Okay. Mostly clothing and toys. And how about that star over there, Miss Karen? How your sales?
Oh, you're on mute.
I think you're muted there. Uh, we usually have to do that. Oh, let's see. Work on that a while, and just kind of give us a test. You talk, and we'll let you know if we hear you. Work that out. But
If I could just let some people know, one quick little hint. I was at Big Lots today, and not that I'm looking for birthday wishes, but my birthday was yesterday. And after I was at Big Lots today, I'm home watching football game, and I happened to look at my email, and they sent me a 15% off that I missed. So just if you're part of Big Lots, make sure you check your emails for everything because it's good to the end of the month. I'll definitely be back, but I missed it today, and I got a ton of stuff there today.
yeah,
It
you would have
really
saved a good. Yeah, matter of fact, we did. What was it? 2 weeks ago, we did a video on Big Lots, and I was talking about that.
Yeah.
I actually had the email for 20%.
I got that a couple weeks ago. Yeah, I got that. And then I just got a coupon in the mail with Ollie's. There's a 20% and I think a 15%.
I didn't get mine.
Yeah, I got it a couple days ago.
I only got the 15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, there was like two parts to the coupon. One was good up until whenever December or something. The other one is good only for December 12th. I want to say.
Hey,
Or
hey, Eric.
Yeah.
Hey, you got a CDL?
A what?
A CDL
A
license.
CDL driver's license?
No.
Okay. Did you serve in the military any form?
No.
Okay.
But
ARP?
I appreciate everyone that has.
First responder.
He's asking because you get discounts for that at Big Lots if you have.
and you can stack them.
No, but you know what I did do a couple weeks ago, everyone at Ollie's, as I know Horace mentions too, they'll take your resale. And I didn't have it on me, but I had a picture of it on my phone, and all I did was show them the picture, and they were fine with that. Oh, that's perfect.
Wow.
Thank
Oh,
you.
I gotta know. Yeah, I'm walking around with a piece of paper.
Yeah, no, there wasn't even a question. Yeah, of course we'll take it that way. And then they took it.
That's a good
What
note.
about Big Lots?
I haven't asked them. I should have asked them today, but
Well, you know what? I'm gonna add that to the notes, and on that note, Let's see. So you can sign up. The link is down in the description. You can sign up for the Working Class Hustler cheat sheet. And what we do is take notes from some of the gems, the little nuggets that you get while we're live, and we put together a cheat sheet. The link is going to be in the description. And we just keep growing it. The goal is to grow it into the Working Class Hustler handbook. And I think that's going to be really neat. But check it out. If you sign up now, if you watched the video on Friday, Karen so graciously put together herself some tools that you can use to get the most out of Q4. Keep in mind, we're going to be talking about Q4. That is the theme based on last Friday's uploaded video. And those tools you will get if you sign up for the cheat sheet or if you sign up for the insiders. So make sure you do that.
Well, nothing about it was really rocket science at all. It was just, and for many, it will be just reminders. I know it served as preparing for it, just was a reminder for myself. And
Yeah.
for whatever it's worth.
Well, I'll tell you one thing it was worth. Some of the hustlers were nice enough to actually engage and leave comments. We've got a lot of people that watch the show. They're in the backgrounds. They don't really like to talk much. They kind of like me because I don't really like to talk. But but they left a comment like Tradina, who's actually one of our panelists. You know what she said? She said this Q4, she's not going to go for the shiny stuff. She's going to focus on regular, replenishable items, and that way she's less likely to spike and drop, because she mentioned, as Karen mentioned in the video, people are still buying regular items, so those things need to be available as well. So
Sorry about that.
oh, no problem.
Yeah, if I could recommend to everyone, that's new, that's on here, Walmart is my go-to now. I just walk up and down the grocery aisles, and it's just look at everything. Say, oh, that looks like it's something that would sell. You scan it, and I'm telling you, more than 50% of the stuff I pick up is good.
Now, are you on that? On that note, are you one to basically pick up the product, scan it, it either comes up or not, or are you one that you're typing in, and that way seeing the results? Maybe they're bundles, maybe they're multi-packs, maybe it's not going to come up in a scan, but in a search. Are you doing all of that? Because I usually just scan, and I'm not getting into all that. But
I usually just scan. But I've been going to Walmart now enough where I know what the bundles are when I get home. If I have one, and all of a sudden it's like a bundle of 3 or 4, and then I'm going to make more money that way, or if the ranking's higher. But okay. I stick to groceries, and I'll stick to the pets, the food.
Pet food.
Yeah. Both cat and dog. And it just, there's so much there, but you'll find something. But if you're new, that's where I would start.
That's good.
Yeah, we got a Working Class Hustler. Just came back from Walmart. Spent $539.
Potential profit of $450.
Wow,
nice.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I just bought a ton of stuff at Big Lots today, and so I just grabbed all the stuff I could buy of this one candy. It was $1, each, and I think they're all gone. I put them all up there today, and I think I've sold all of them.
Okay,
that's how good it is.
Looks like we got our first question, but before we do that, throughout this broadcast, I'm going to be hitting you guys with the question that you're going to need to drop down in the comments if you want a chance at that $20 gift card from the store of your choice drawing that we're going to have. So the question is, what is the Chrome extension that works with tactical arbitrage that allows you to see at a glance if you're approved to sell an item. If you don't know what it is, you better pay attention because we're going to be talking about it. I'm not going to tell you what it is because, if you don't know what it is, you haven't been following the channel. Link is in the description. That's a hint for now, but I'll talk about it a little bit more. But y'all, if y'all want that money, y'all better act right. Okay. So, looks like My World Ecom, I like that name. What's your thoughts with the supply chain breaking down? And I think he wants to say during the holidays. Who wants to take a stab at that? What are your thoughts about things slowing down?
I sent you some links on that the other day. People aren't believing it. If you watch the news, whatever news channel you prefer, watch them. The way that a lot of the stuff that we receive gets here is on the truck. And before it gets to the truck, it's usually on the ship. Ships come from all over the world. A lot of these ships are stuck in the middle of the ocean or at the ports. They carry thousands of those boxes with our goods in them. So when you go to the store, if your stuff isn't there, it's on a ship in the ocean. They're having lots of difficulties receiving supplies. That's one of the reasons. There are dozens of others, but go to your local grocery store, you'll see the reason the prices are going up, the stuff isn't coming in. The reason the stuff isn't in the stores, it's stuck in the ocean. There's going to be a shortage of toys. There's going to be a shortage. We were at Walmart the other day before yesterday, and spoke to a couple of the people that we are in contact with, and they told us about certain products we haven't received shipments on these in several weeks. We have no idea when they're coming. So when what we have on the shelves is gone, that's it. So remember when everything was gone during COVID? Unless the stuff starts coming in, it's going to be gone. So if you're able to go to the stores and get what you usually buy for your store, I suggest you get it quickly before it runs out.
Before it runs out and before they start limiting the number of purchases you can make.
I even saw an article where I think they said Target and maybe even a couple of big box stores are starting to charter their own ships to try and control, and then they can, like, if a particular port is moving slow, they can go around it and try and circumvent because they're doing whatever they can. You got to understand, if those items aren't in the stores, it's not just us who are losing out during the fourth quarter. It's the big box stores themselves, and they're going to try to prevent that. Think about the logistics behind you trying to charter your own, ship, a container ship. So
the limiting has already started. I don't know. Costco has already started the limiting. What's the other one? The other big box store has started limiting.
Are they limiting toys or was it certain categories?
Well, the usual things that they limited during COVID: toilet paper, paper towels, water. That's already started limiting. Also, I don't know who's been watching the news, but it affects those that are in it. There is a diaper shortage nationwide.
What?
Try to find a diaper in Florida
right now.
And
here, yes.
We're out on the West Coast out here, and we're seeing it already out here, and it's been on the news. ABC, wow. NBC, CBS did one last night. Yep. A national diaper shortage. So
looks like we got another question from Russell Ayer.
So before we jump to that, My World Ecom brings up an interesting point. He talked. Well, the individual talks about supply chain breakdown, and Karen brought up a very interesting point during the video on Friday. Not only do we have to think about where are we going to source these things from, but once we are able to source those, how do we provide those to the customer? And so, with Amazon taking, several weeks to check things in, I've already experienced that. I would assume others are doing the same as well. So now, part of that supply chain, not only you're talking about the supply chain of receiving the inventory for yourself, but also the part of the supply chain of where you're providing the product to the end consumer. And Karen did bring up the interesting point of saying that, for her Christmas cutoff, she had stated, her date was December 15th. So depending on what the item is and whatnot, now as a seller, you have to make the decision of, are you going to send this item in FBA? Will it be checked in time in the warehouse enough for, an Amazon customer to be able to receive that within 48 hours? Or as a seller, do you make the decision to merchant fulfill that item? So that has to be taken into account with the supply chain portion of that equation.
Yeah. And you, as again, you were mentioning that video from Friday Hustlers. If you didn't get a chance to see it, make sure you check that out. The link is in the description. You already behind the power curve. And if you're not doing merchant fulfill, Karen also mentioned the reasons why you would consider it. You still have a chance. There's nothing we can do about how fast the carriers are delivering, whether it's USPS, FedEx, Brown. There's nothing we can do about it. But as far as you getting that inventory in for FBA for Q4, you already pushing it. Is it definitely too late? No. But how many times have you seen right here on our live streams, in our Zoom calls, people saying things like, my shipment hasn't been checked in and it's been 4 weeks. This stuff happens when it's not Q4. This stuff was happening when the supply chains weren't slow. So think about it, guys.
I think a lot of sellers that wanted to get items in for holiday sales for holiday sales really started pushing items in August. I think it's still within the realm of possibility, but hopefully your best sellers, the things that you really want it to have in the warehouse, are already there or certainly on the way there. Because that's what I think. I don't know what the rest of the panel thinks in terms of when the windows is essentially going to close for getting things to FBA.
Plus, you've got the news telling everybody they better start shopping now for the holidays because nothing's going to be there. So if you already have the stuff in there, people are shopping now.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point.
Yeah.
For everyone who's out here, thank you so much for joining us. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button. That helps with the channel. And share this information. If there's anybody who you think might be interested in this, and you just never know. This is an opportunity that's available for everyone. There's still plenty of room, and there will be for some time to come. Let's see if we can not get too far behind with our questions. I think Russell has something about his health reports are looking poor, and he's asking, is this something he should be concerned with? Yes. We'll probably need to unpack that. I think we might have touched on him a little bit. I'm going to come down and maybe he got something else, some more info for us. My World Ecom says a great product to look for. There's going to be a shortage of artificial Christmas trees this holiday season. Good point. Good point. Thanks for sharing that. Mr. Foxworth says the Excel sheet was a great idea. He's referring to the free bonus tool that Karen created for you. That's available, guys. The link is in the description if you want that. That's going to be important because being able to keep up with customer service. With more sales comes more issues. That's just part of the deal. So if you have a way to keep up with this kind of stuff, something that you can look at, like Karen was saying, what did I do? What did I tell him? You know, who did I give the refund to? What was the deal with this? It gets overwhelming when your sales have tripled and you trying to remember this stuff in your head like you used to.
You know, Elizabeth has a good point about this stuff. That very thing. There is another option that Amazon is offering. We didn't talk about it in the video, but there is another option. Elizabeth, you know more about it than I do, so I'm gonna
They're
try to put you
offering
on the spot.
thank you. They're offering customer service to the sellers for your Facebook for your merchant fulfilled items. I signed up as soon as it came out. So what that means is you're sending the stuff out to your customers, but that's it. If they want to return, if they have a question, if they have a concern, it goes through Amazon, just like the FBA customer service does. So last year, and Karen can attest, last year, because of COVID, there were a lot of issues. There was a lot of returns. There was a lot of phone calling in and filing complaints. Where's my stuff? Where's my stuff? You won't have to deal with that if you sign up with customer service.
That's a paid service, right?
Correct. And it depends on your returns. The more returns you have, the more it's going to cost. It's from 10 cents to, I believe the highest it's 70. Don't quote me on that. You can just go to Seller Central and type in Amazon customer service, or it's called customer service by Amazon. And they'll give you all the details as far as the pricing and what you have to do. It takes seconds to sign up. And if you don't like it, it takes seconds to get out. And then it takes about an hour. They say an hour to 3 hours for it to become effective. Or if you don't like it and you remove yourself from it, it'll take an hour to 3 hours for it to stop.
So you can opt in and opt out if you wanted to. It sounds like maybe you want to have a few days you're traveling or spending family time or something, and you just don't want the pressure of having to check to see if you have any customer responses you need to make. So if you wanted to, you could do it for a short window within, or you could do it for the whole season. I don't know. Has other panelists, Horace, anybody doing that? You doing it?
I'm not.
I would say I would say though, with what we have happening now, which is the perfect storm, this would be pretty much a thank you to do, because what we're going to go through with the slowdowns, that just the headache, not having that headache to deal with that message that you get at 2 a.m. if someone's asking why didn't they get their item. With what's going to happen, we've seen what happened with COVID, but now we have the shortage of toys. People are going to be mad about that. People are going to be mad about a lot of things. And this, if you're handling your customer service, it comes to you because you have to answer that message in your time from Amazon.
You have a limited time.
And if you got 15 to 100, if you're selling real good, you're going to need help.
I hope we can get that.
No, we won't.
Decisions, always decisions.
It's kind of like a free trial, I think. You'd be willing to spend a little bit. Try it for a couple of weeks and see if you like it. If not, get rid of it. It's not something that you stuck with in a contract.
Yeah, I mean the cost per incident is very low. I think what I would be concerned about, but I'm probably gonna get over that concern for at least some period of time, is whether Amazon will just say, "Oh, it didn't get there. Okay, we'll just give you your money back." Where I might say, "Well, you know what? I know it's on the way. Can you give us a couple more days? I could kind of work with it." I'm not sure if Amazon is going to try to work with customers in that way or not. There might be a Q&A about that very thing. I haven't checked, so it'd be worth it to find out.
For those hustlers who would like to actually enter into the drawing that we're having today in order to win your $20 gift card to the store of your choice, you need to be able to tell what is the name of the tool. We'll put the question back on there, but what you want to do is answer the question in the comments, and I can see if you are entered into the drawing. We're going to have that drawing at the end of this show. Now, I'm not going to tell you what the name of the tool is. I can't give you the answer, but there's a tool, and if you don't know, if you don't know how it works, what it is this. Basically, when you go into tactical arbitrage, what you got to do is, first and foremost, you have to, as you're going through the results, you have to know whether or not you are approved to sell a product. Otherwise, there's no need to go any further, and it can be frustrating when you've got pages and pages and hundreds of items. What if at a glance you could see, when you look at the ASIN, it is either highlighted in red or in green? If it's green, that means go. If it's red, you can keep it moving. And you know what? Especially for newbies, but anybody, to be able to just quickly scroll through that and get through those results could save you a lot of time. But I'm not going to tell you what the name of it is. You know, I can't give the answer away. Y'all got to be paying attention. Okay, so that's that. So
And like, who's in Grant's tune, kind of.
Hey, Karen, she's hailing from Washington State. Nicole Starkweather has a question. Can you explain Amazon's shipping credits fulfilled by merchant? I'm not seeing the credit reflected in my order. I'm going to turn it over, but before I do, to one of the panelists, what I want to say is some people get it confused. Shipping credits are only available for fulfilled by merchant. That's not available for FBA. And basically, well, I'll let one of the panelists deal with it. Who wants to take that? We're talking Amazon shipping credits. I mean, one thing you got to watch out for that is Amazon only gives a certain amount of credit towards what it's going to take to ship the product. That may not cover the actual shipping. And this is just for those who don't even know what shipping credits are. If all you're doing is FBA, you don't need to be concerned with it. If you are and you're not seeing the credit reflected, let me see, reflected in my order profits. I don't know how. Does anybody know how long it takes for your credits to post to your account?
I didn't think that you were eligible for shipping credits if you have a professional account. Now, I'm not sure of that.
Oh,
so
yeah,
I'm
you're right.
Really asking.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I forgot about that. If
Once
you
go
have
to
a professional account,
you don't get shipping credits.
And the reason why is because with a professional account, you go into your template and you set whatever the shipping cost you want. But with an individual account, the free one, you don't get to set your shipping cost. So instead, you receive credits, but it may not cover. So Nicole, do you have a professional account? We need to be sure about that. Drop a quick note for us as. Okay, somebody answered Inventory Lab. See, I'm not gonna tell you what the name of the software is that will quickly tell you whether or not you're approved to sell. You know what? I'm not. Just forget it. Oh, okay. We have one entry. Let's see. I'm not gonna tell y'all what the name of it is. Okay, it's not. If you haven't been paying attention, and the link is down in the description, this is not a tool that you guys are really seeing unless you come around me and you're paying attention. Okay, so as I was saying, okay, somebody
Nicole
said tactical edge, y'all. Okay, anyway, I interrupted somebody. What was you saying?
I was saying Nicole says she has the professional.
Okay, then you're not getting credits anyway. That's probably where the confusion. You were expecting to get some some credits. Somebody said Scoutify or something. No. But I'm not going to tell you what the name of it is. Please think about it and drop the answer in the comments. Working Class Hustlers of America, do me proud. Okay, let's see. Judy says, I just got 2 wholesale companies accepted my application to purchase items. Should I wait after I send my first shipment to Amazon, or should I apply to get ungated anyway?
Well, you've got to wait for your invoice. That's what you got to send into Amazon.
And all she got was an application.
So you need to purchase the items. You'll get an invoice from the company, and then you can send that invoice in and have Amazon approve before you send in your item. You'll have to before you send in your items.
Right, because she says, should I wait after I send my first shipment to Amazon? Yeah, they're not even going to let you add that product to the shipment if you're not ungated. So if we're understanding,
so you'll wait for your invoice for your products to arrive that you purchased, and hopefully they're not back ordered, because I've purchased from wholesalers, and you want to get the minimum of 10, and all of a sudden they say, oh well, here's 6, we didn't have the other 4, so then you got to start all over. So make sure you put a buffer in that in the order.
I am experiencing that from at least one wholesaler where I'm placing orders, and then what gets delivered is, half or a quarter of what I ordered.
Right.
The trials and tribulations. Linda Wright says, hi everyone. Mr. Remo says Scoutify 2. Let's see, he's went from Scoutify or something to Scoutify 2. I'm going to, let's see, our supply chain are strong. If the hustlers are in PA, we can help. Okay. He must got something going on over there. Let's see what we got here. One sequence of events was when the canal was stuck for months. There are hundreds of ships off the coast of California waiting to go to port. Yes, sir. Let's see what we got going.
Horace, I think one thing that I wanted to mention for, some of the, very new people, and, some of the things that I get stuck on, last year was such a unique year, and we had so many unique things happen. Mm-hmm. And so, we seen in the comments, today that, there are supply chain issues. We seen, somebody had mentioned about artificial Christmas trees or whatnot. And it's like, those are factual things that are happening. But as a new person, don't be afraid that if you haven't caught on those, those are okay. And just chalk those up as, a learning experience, and see, how did things happen last year? How are they happening this year? How will it affect, next year? Well, next year, will there be, supply chain issues? And if there are, what were some of the things that people were talking, of course, we're talking future tense, back then, so now we're talking about, well, what were they talking about, last year? So it's not that you're, don't be afraid that you're not catching every little thing, right now as it happens, but chalk it up as something that you're kind of like filing in your memory banks, for future. And, just because things have been happening last year and this year doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to happen next year. So, don't think that you're missing opportunities. Don't, judge yourself against other people because, oh, so-and-so picked up on this or picked up on that. We're all kind of like learning, and, we're all in different stages, and that's okay.
Okay. I want to thank Russell Ayer. He was so gracious as to donate $5 to our cause.
Yeah, thank you.
We really, really appreciate that. Let's see. I had a question. Yeah, check this out, hustlers. From Linda. I purchased several men's hats It wasn't until I started to list them that I found that although the photo matched the Amazon listing, the color in the description was incorrect. What do you do? Okay, first of all, that happens to all of us. We have, unfortunately, it's not something we're proud of, but it has happened to us all. Who wants to take this?
I don't even want to think about it because
look at the expression.
It's so stressful. I don't want to think about it.
Well, first of all, you can return them. I mean, I don't know where you got them from, but that is an option. Now you're going to have to deal with the particular merchant. There could be restocking fees, whatever. If it was from a big box, they'll take it back. Of course, we got panelists who will tell you they sell across multiple platforms. You may be able to sell it on another platform. You may be able to find the correct listing on Amazon that has it for the color that you have. What I'm going to pick on one of my panelists. How about it, Nate? What would you say? What can she do? She purchased the wrong. It doesn't match. Now what?
She could make if she can't find, she could look, like you said, look for the other listing. If you can't find the other listing, you could make a listing, and that's real nice if you can make your own listing for it. But you can also, if you do multiple platforms, you can't send it to another platform because it may be making a different amount on another platform. You can still get that, shall I say, money for that. So. You got multiple options, so it's not over just because the listing is wrong.
Has anyone had success in getting Amazon to allow them to create a variation?
I am trying very hard right now.
Yeah, we've done variations.
They don't make it easy, do they?
No.
So
I mean, I would just as soon just create my own listing with that variation before I try getting them to update on it and add a variation to an existing listing, because it's simple enough to process, but it doesn't work. So yeah. I don't know, guys. Somebody had something to add. Products need to be in FBA by November 15th or you are dead in the water. I know sellers that have been sending in for months ago for Christmas, and that would be correct. Let's see. Mikey's in the building.
Hey, Mikey.
Hey, Mikey.
Let's see what else we got here.
There's a question.
Richard Foxworth.
Yes, I'm sort of interested in that.
What is
What's
it?
this? Let's look at this one. But then also Richard Foxworth has a question.
All right, don't let me forget. So Judy's saying when you're adding products to Seller Central, do you scan all items then print? Or do you have a specific amount until you start the next shipment? Well, I'm not quite sure on that.
For one, and I think a lot of us use Inventory Lab, which is just so much easier than Seller Central when you're adding products.
Right.
Much easier. But if I guess I scan the items and print the labels print out automatically, and I just affix them then. And then, if I've got boatloads of stuff and I decide, well, let me get this shipment out because it's going to take me another day to get all this other product in there, then I'll just stop the shipment, have it create the boxes and get those out for that day.
By the way, Eric, and all the other panelists, have you noticed? I mean, most of us are using Inventory Lab. Amazon changed the whole layout in Seller Central to create a shipment. They've changed it big time.
Oh, have they?
Yeah, you need to check it out. I'm not sure if it's for better or for worse.
It's harder to use.
I just like the Inventory Lab. I use the Inventory Lab because I need it to track my costs, for my products. That's the best thing about the Inventory Lab, is that you can see what your true profit is without having to finagle with an Excel sheet or who knows how else you're doing it.
The interface is just easier. It's just more user friendly
Yeah.
than though I thought the changes in Seller Central maybe looked a little easier, but I've not tried to use it, so I don't know.
But that's good for everybody to know with Inventory Lab. It when you're putting in each item, it's going to ask you for your cost. And it's going to ask you when did you purchase it? What's your cost? What's the expiration date if there is one? So all that stuff is tracked for you. And so you can run a report anytime you want. Say, what's my profit for, whatever date range you want. It's at least you have a quick snapshot of where you are, minus all your other costs that are outside of that. At least you know what your profit is on your products that have been selling, and you can see what your inventory, how much cost you have in inventory right now too. It'll tell you that.
Hustlers.
It's not expensive. I forget what it is. Is it $29 or $49?
It's 49, but compared to some of the other softwares, I think it's a bargain.
Oh, it
It's
is.
still, yeah.
I thought for sure it was going to be about $99, and it would have been worth far more than that.
Yeah.
What it does is beyond just prepping shipments. It is a software that allows you to run your business, and
Yeah.
that you do not get in Seller Central in no way, shape, or form. When a product sells, there's nowhere that Seller Central has it set up where you can go and see how much you paid for that, and then from there, see has it been reconciled, how much profit did you make or loss, so you can make your adjustments. It's just so much you can do in terms of inventory. That's why they call it Inventory Lab, because it's accounting, it's everything. There's videos I got where I show, P&L statements or profit and loss. You can look at pie charts that'll show you what your numbers are doing, percentage wise, or however you want to organize it.
And you
can look
could use it for your accounting. You're able to put in other expenses. So say you want to put in, I don't know, your shipping. If you're shipping outside of Amazon for some things, or just your boxes that you purchase and you want to track those, and your tape.
software subscriptions.
Right. Yep.
So
Yeah, so you can do all that.
We're going to take Richard's question. Karen, was this the one you were talking about?
That's the
okay.
Yes.
But
yes.
before we take that, if you have not dropped the comment to answer the question, we're coming up on the hour here, and we're going to keep it fast, and then we're going to have the drawing. So if you want a chance to win that $20 gift card to the store of your choice, in order to help us commemorate our accomplishment of reaching 4,000 subscribers last night, thank you to all of you. I love you for it. You need to drop the comment in there. What is the name of the software, the Chrome extension that works with Tactical Arbitrage, that helps you to see at a glance whether or not you're even approved to sell the product? Imagine that. Instead of having to click on the check restrictions button, what if you saw a color code that just told you red or green? Drop that in there. Matter of fact, we only have 5 entries. So for those who have dropped that answer, you got a 1 in 5 chance to win. Good for you. Now, on to that question from Rich. Shipping question. Can you ship into FBA items placed in small boxes, and then they do have to be in a plastic bag? Does bubble wrapping have to be clear? All right, who wants to take that, panelists?
Well, the items have to be in a plastic bag if you can actually touch them. Is my the actual product. If there's I don't know if I have something. I can look for something over here, but if you're able to actually touch the product, like a toy, especially, the plush and everything is outside the box.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to put that in a plastic bag, and the plastic bag has to have the suffocation warning on it.
Bubble
But
wrap.
if you have a fragile item, what about if you have a fragile item that you're concerned it could be a toy, it could be anything. It could be glass.
Right.
and you feel like you need to ship it in a box to make sure it's well protected. I was wondering if the question was, then you then have to put that box in a bag?
No, no, because these are boxes that I have when I have small products, and then I'll
Yeah.
bubble wrap and put it inside here, and then I put the label on the box itself,
Okay.
and then I send that in. They,
Okay, so you don't put a bag. You don't put that box in a bag. You
no,
just
no, no.
put
But
the label on
I
it,
got
and
bubble
that's
wrap over there, and I'll just wrap the item in bubble wrap because there's something you always read about. There's a 10-foot drop or something that or 3 foot whatever Amazon
right. Three
says that.
foot drop.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
bubble wrap. You can use any color bubble wrap you want, right? Is that right?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Just make sure you put your sticker on it.
yeah, and just make sure you put the sticker on the box before you. And you don't have to put another label on the item that's inside the box because they'll ship this out to the individual or to whoever purchases it.
Okay.
I would add to that. I have an automotive item that is not a very big item, and I used to ship it not in a poly bag, and so I would cover up the UPC with my FBA label and whatnot, and so I would get some returns, and so there became an issue of how do I automatically get a return sent back to me for my inspection as opposed to having an Amazon warehouse person inspecting the item. So then what I did, I started putting those small items in a poly bag. I'd put the FBA label on the poly bag. And because the widest opening wasn't greater than 4 inches, the poly bag didn't require the suffocation warning. But the particular supplier that I order the poly bags from, they have like on there already,
Yeah.
it says like ready to ship. And so that way, if somebody receives the item and they decide it didn't fit their vehicle or whatever, now the poly bag is open. Now the FBA labels on the outside. Now there's pretty much, no option. And I've already turned off the setting within Amazon. Do not repackage my items because I want them to come back to me for my inspection to make sure that the part wasn't switched out with something, another part or whatever. It just gives another layer of protection, I feel, to myself. So that's another thing to add with polybagging.
Okay. For anyone that would like to be a part of the drawing, as you can see, we only have 5 listings that are correct. I'm not going to tell you the answer to the question, but if you happen to be looking at the screen, there's a certain, I think they call it syntax. Okay, like there's a word, there's a space, then there's a number, alphanumeric type deal going on there. Now, I can't tell you exactly how to write the answer, but if you're looking on your screen, it may say something. I can't tell you. But, yeah. Let's see now. If anybody wants a shot at that. Otherwise, the 5 people who did get it right, they're going to be in the drawing. And the rest of us can watch. But if you want a chance for yourself, well, what you want to do is drop that answer to the question into the comments. Even if you've already dropped it, but you didn't get the syntax correct. Like if yours don't look like what you might see on the screen, maybe you ran everything together. Maybe you called it, maybe you put the number 5 in there. I don't know where 5 would have come from. But yeah. Anyway, that is the last hint you're going to get. Now let's see if we got another. Oh, I think Mikey has had this question for some time now. Remind me, how can we file a claim against Amazon for sending a package back to him and it comes back damaged? Wasn't there an answer for that? Remind me. Yeah, what was that, Elizabeth?
go into Seller Central
Mm-hmm.
and you put in, I can't think of the word for it now. I'm having a brain for it.
Safety claim?
There it is. Thank you.
Safety claim.
Yeah. And it'll give you the instructions on what you need to do. And you need to take pictures, submit the pictures along with that as proof that it was damaged. Now, what makes you think that it was Amazon and not the customer that damaged? That's going to probably be one question that they're going to ask you if you tell them that Amazon damaged it. But if you're just filing a claim for damage to the product, you can do it that way. And as long as you provide the pictures of the damage, they usually will approve it, and they will reimburse you about up to 50%.
Somebody was saying, I don't have a spreadsheet to track my profits. Do you guys use a spreadsheet or you only use Inventory Lab? I use Inventory Lab. Is anybody using a spreadsheet?
No, but I ask are they using any other accounting software? You gotta use something because tax time will be horrible if you aren't tracking it somewhere.
Yeah, I use Inventory Lab Plus. I have an accounting package that I use too.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah, but the spreadsheet. I mean, when you're just starting out, it seems like it's easy to do, but once you start selling, it's gonna be a headache. And why not?
Too much.
You got to scan it in, and you got to print the labels anyway. So why not just have Inventory Lab do it and track it for you? And it's so good with Inventory Lab because you might forget that you sold a specific product, and you go and you're scanning in and you're putting in the ASIN, and all of a sudden it says, "Oh, you're already purchasing. We already sold this before. What do you want to do? Do you want to add it to the replenishment?" And yes. And it's just there's no headaches. It's so much easier.
That works only if you have Amazon only, but if you have multiple platforms, you have to consider that as well.
Right.
So we have a spreadsheet for everything. Mm-hmm.
What were you going to say, Brian?
I was going to say, then you have to think, profit for that specific item or profit overall. And I think, sometimes we think about, profit for a specific item, but then we really need to take into account, profit overall. Because, we could be profiting in one specific item, but overall, our business might not be profitable otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
I keep track of everything within Inventory Lab. Right or wrong, the accounting person I work with, it's good for me and my business. Any expenses that I incur on the business goes in Inventory Lab, no matter what. Everything goes in Inventory Lab. And so, when you look at the reports and you could see your profitability, over the month, it takes into account, every expenses, almost every expense. Obviously, something self-employment tax, that's a little bit different of a ball game because it could inflate or decrease depending on different things. But a general consensus, Inventory Lab I use for everything,
including mileage. You can put your mileage.
Yes,
in there too.
That's true.
Yep.
Here's
QuickBook tracks for me.
Right.
I'm going to talk to you offline because I've been thinking about switching over to QuickBooks from what I'm using, and I just need to know the pluses and minuses on your end. And
sure.
Are you using GoDaddy?
am I? No, GoDaddy.
Oh.
I tried using GoDaddy, but something was screwy with it, and I just stopped it last week. I was running parallel with another one, but it wasn't calculating. It was duplicating profits for items. It's including your sales and the money that Amazon is sending back to you, and it's like double profits, and it's just like, no, I know I'm not making that much money.
Let's see if we can take this interesting question. Has anyone used FBA and opted out of other marketplaces like Canada or Mexico, but Amazon sent it anyway, cross the border shipping? Has anybody had that? I'm not in any of the other marketplaces. I know some of the new people that get accounts, seems like I'm hearing they get automatically put.
Yeah, I'm automatically in all of them. They sent one to Canada for me, which I didn't.
So it has happened to you.
But I mean, it was just one, and I just never gave it a second thought. I was just like, what I don't know what they're doing, but it's not going to happen. If it was an issue and happened multiple times, I'd start looking into it. But it was just
Okay.
yeah.
There's a thing in that's Seller Central, and you'll have to check it because they updated this, and a lot of people aren't aware. It's where you allow Amazon to buy your product, and then they sell it to Canada.
Wow.
And you can enable that, and that's part of that new setup. If you've been watching Seller Central, where they change a lot of the permissions, and it's in there where you allow Amazon to buy your product.
And
And
I
they
gotta look into that.
check it out. It's there. I've seen it yesterday.
Hey, let's look at this question. What will everyone do when they stop allowing plastic to be put in boxes? What's that all about?
Are you saying like plastic, like bubble wrap, like filler?
I don't know. Maybe something's coming out. Why would Amazon stop allowing plastic to be put in boxes? I'm not sure.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
it's
wonder
not
if this question has to do with, the movement to be more eco-friendly. There used to be plastic straws all over every place now, and a lot of places don't have straws at all, or if they do, they're paper. So I'm wondering if this is a question about, well, what would happen if...
I have a
Yeah,
huge
like
roll.
California might really ban it.
But I've got a huge roll of paper that I just tear off, wad up, and throw in most of the boxes instead of the plastic, the bubble.
So you use paper packing material. So I
Most
guess that's what we would do, is paper packing materials.
Somebody said, I recently had an FBA return for customer didn't want item. And Amazon said the disposition is customer damaged, but that no reimbursement for the item will be given to me. Is that normal?
No.
That's not normal?
No.
Okay.
Open a case.
Open a case. Safety claimant.
Open a case.
Okay, guys, watch this. We're going to show our screen so that everybody can see. We're about to have the drawing, and hallelujah, we got 11 people that got the question right. Good for them, because I really couldn't help. There was nothing I could do. It's a drawing, people. If I told you the answer, well, I'd be wrong. So if you win, we should already be connected. If we are not, you're going to text the words working class hustler to the number you see on your screen, and then we're going to get connected. And then from there, you're going to tell me what gift card you would like from the store of your choice. If you're listening to me yip and yak, you still got a few seconds to enter the answer. You might be looking at it on the screen right now. I can't tell you that, but it's a $20 gift card, and we're celebrating that we made it to 4,000 subscribers because of you, because of the Working Class Hustler panelists and the Working Class Hustlers of America and all across the globe. Is everybody ready?
We're ready.
Yes.
Here we go.
Oh, you fancy.
Oh, we got a winner.
Congratulations.
All right.
Cool.
Winner, chicken dinner.
Right. So remember, if we're not already connected, make sure to text the words Working Class Hustler to the number that you're seeing on the screen right now. We're going to leave that up just a little bit, and then we can get connected and you can select the gift card from the store of your choice. Now, we're already a little bit past the hour, so we're going to go ahead and end this. However, make sure you take advantage of all of the tools and things that are available for you down in the description. If there was anything that we didn't cover as it pertains to preparation for Q4 or any other questions you have about selling on the Amazon platform using the arbitrage business model, leave a comment. You can rewatch this. If you're not subscribed to the channel, consider doing that for your own good. We upload every Friday, and as you can see, we do go live so that the Working Class Hustler panel can be there. And speaking about the Working Class Hustler panel, look at them. Look at them. There they are. Real people just like you. Not gurus, regular people. Some of us work regular jobs and we do this. So remember, if we can do it, you can do it. We're not rocket scientists. We're not here to make things hard. We just want to help. We come here and we give of our time that we could have been doing other things. Okay? So we hope that you appreciate it. And that's all we ask. And we ask that you take this information and apply it. None of this means anything if you don't put it to work. This is not a panel of dreamers, wishers. We're actually doing it. But the thing is, what does that mean for you? It's all about you. When you decide that it's going to be about you, your decision is made when you start to take action. We're here for you. So, on that note, I would like to thank all of the Working Class Hustler panelists. I love you guys. And on behalf of the panelists, I want to bid you adieu and a wonderful night. Happy sourcing. Working Class Hustler panelists, wave goodbye to the Working Class Hustlers of America and stick around, panelists. We're going to do our After Actions review. But to the rest of the world, good night, everybody. Good night.